Yeah, so we're going to come back again, guys. Just a bit of a restart and an incident on the first go-around. So we're going to try it again. Same grid, same lineup. We're going to come back and we're going to hope that the guys can come through it and just go back exactly the way that they were. So here we go on the formation lap. AJ P1, P2 is Stinson, P3 Tommy, P4 Yan, Santu in P5, Leica in P6, Maximus in P7, E-Pro in P8, Vilsec P9, Don't Duck With Me in P10, Castle P11, Bagpost P12, Carter in P13, and Tampa in P14. That's going to be your race lineup, guys.
Yep, so in this first race where we had to restart, we saw Stinson get an absolutely amazing start and go right down the inside of AJ, and he actually got the position change done before turn 1. That was a very brave move from both of them, but they both kept it clean. There was absolutely no contact, so hopefully we can see something like that again. We did have, I think, a bit of contact into turns 8 and 9 at the chicane between some drivers in the midfield, but hopefully it'll be a bit cleaner this time as well. So, predictions for the race, what do you reckon?
Just from seeing the first start on the last race, AJ and Stinson, if Santu cannot keep in the DRS chain is key here at Canada. You have to have the DRS chain. If the two drivers, AJ and Stinson, get out in front, they're going to take off. I mean, we've got to see something from P3 and back to try and keep up with the top two guys here. But as far as right now, I think AJ and Stinson have got it locked in.
I think we should see a battle all the way to the end with these two, where we might even see some overtakes being done in the pits, because these two guys were practicing throughout the week and they were practicing how much the undercut can give you here, and they said it's actually quite powerful. So maybe we can see something happen.
That's exactly right. So, I mean, the pit strategy, when are we going to see these guys break off? When are they going to start battling each other for real? I mean, we're just going to have to keep an eye out and see what happens here as the cars come down to the line to line up.
Right, so we're just waiting for Tompa and Carter to take their grid slots. I'm going to ride on board with Stinson again, and let's just watch the start he gets here. So we've got the yellow flag at the back, and we are about to see the lights. Here they go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are away. So Stinson looks like he got a pretty decent start again, but AJ had a far better one. But Stinson's looking down the inside already. He's going to have the inside line into turn 2. AJ manages to squeeze him out slightly, and both these there's a little bit of contact between them actually. Stinson goes into the back of him very, very slightly, but they are both okay and they are both back to racing already. So very clean. We've got Maximus losing 3 places already. Leica moving all the way down into last place. What happened to Leica there? Has he got any damage?
I'm not sure. He is in last place. He's off the pace. It doesn't look like he's got wing damage, just a little off the pace. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Max has got absolutely no front wing. Max's whole front wing is missing. He's only got, the actual nose of it, but no winglets, no end plates, no nothing. So he's going to have to limp back to the pits. And I think it's way too early. We're only on lap 1 for him to try and do a one stop here, because he's going to have to maybe go onto the mediums and hope he can go onto the hards later on. But that is a long race distance for him to just do one stop here.
Yeah, that's had to have been an issue with the braking between the two drivers. Leica getting on the brakes maybe too early, Maximus maybe not getting on the brakes early enough. That's had to have been what happened here, because we see the two drivers in the back, so I'm thinking this is what the problem is.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that was contact between Max and Leica. It could have been, because Leica is slowed down a fair bit, so he must have had a spin or something for his tyres to cool down, and that's why he was so slow. But Max and Leica stayed out actually, so Leica isn't coming into the pits, but Max and Carter are in the pits right now. While Stinson is just
having a little trouble here in turn 1. He did get sideways. He got sideways in 14 as well. He's not having a good go of it right now.
No, Max is still in the pits. He's only just left now. Of course, he had to do his wing change, but I think Carter must have had a wing change as well, because he was stationary for quite some time. So Max is going to come out in last place. Carter's going to move up. Well, he's going to stay in 13th place actually. And we've got a virtual safety car somewhere in the middle. Let's see if we can see what's going on. AJ and Stinson are fine. 3rd and 4th are fine. Vilsec and Yan. Oh, Yan's missing an end plate. I think Yan's hit 2 walls, because end plates on either side of his wing are actually missing. So that could have been the incident.
Yeah, he's in turn 10 now. They're going to come around. He's got the virtual safety car, but if he comes in, he's going to definitely lose the places here.
So the virtual safety car is still out. If he does need to pit, now would be a good time because he won't lose too much time if the safety car stays out. Let's see if he's going in. Yes, he is. He's going straight in. He's going straight into the pits. So, let's see what time.
We got Tommy in P3 now. I'm going to go ahead and let you commentate on that pit stop, Robot. I'm going to keep an eye on this P3 situation with Tommy and Stinson.
Got it. So Jan is actually changing his front wing, so he's going to be stationary for quite some time. He's put the medium tyres on as well, and we see Bagpuss limping into the pits as well. So let's just jump to Bagpuss and see if he's changing. Yes, he's changing his front wing too. It looked like he only had an end plate missing on the right side, but he has come in. Downforce is crucial here on this track with so many tight chicanes, and you need as much front wing as you can get, really. How's it looking up front?
We have Tommy. They're back to green. Tommy is a second. 0.1 behind Stinson, so he didn't get too bad of a delay on the start. AJ and Stinson are trying to pull away, but Tommy is smart here.
Sorry to interrupt there, but Tompo has actually spun in Sector 2 and he's caused a yellow flag. No safety car though. He has managed to get his car turned back around, but he has got Jan coming up to the rear of him now, and Jan is going to overtake him, so Tompo moves down to 11th place now.
Any wing damage there?
Let me have a look at his... car. It doesn't look like it. I'm currently on the wing cam. His right looks okay and his left looks fine too, so I think he just spun. I think he's got away with it. Stinson sets the fastest lap. He's only 3/10 behind AJ now. He's very close as they're going to turn 2, but you can't really overtake in here. I mean, where are the overtake positions on this track?
I want to say on the back right after turn 10, you have to take advantage of the DRS here. That's the place you have to do it. You can't do it late, though. It has to be early. You have to be close coming up to turn 10, and you have to come around and you have to make that DRS pass before you get to turns 13 and 14. After that, turn 1, turn 2, there's a little bit of room there to make the move. After that, then we're looking at 6 and 7. You have to make the move in that second DRS zone before you get to turn 10 again.
Yeah, so sorry to interrupt there, but you were right. As Stinson opened up his DRS on the outside of turn 7, he managed to get a huge slipstream and overtook AJ before they even got to turn 8. And he closed the gap and made sure AJ stays behind. So Stinson has moved up into first place.
Tommy's going to have to stay in DRS zone here. He's going to have to figure out a way to get up there and stay in the DRS range of AJ. He's got to figure out how he can stay with these guys. If he doesn't get in the DRS zone, they're going to run away.
I think you're right. He's just dropped down another 4/10 just through that final corner there. He's now 2.3 seconds behind as Stinson sets the fastest lap. I'm just going to jump down the field a bit and go down to Castle because he and Mighty Jungle are the closest on track right now. He is within DRS zone. Carter, well actually, I'll tell you what, I'll jump down to Carter because he is just 3/10 behind Tomper and they're about to go in to the chicane at 13 and 14.
Carter's got to be patient here. He can't push the fact. He's got to make it through here clean.
So he's not got DRS, surprisingly. He is very close behind them. He's looking down the inside and he's going for it. Is he going for it? Yes, he is. And they have contact. But Carter manages to keep his car on track. And he's looking down the inside as they go through turn 2. But no, he's not going to be able to get that overtake done just yet. He's looking into turn 3 though.
He's still coming in. Oh no, he spun it.
No, he went for the gap, but it just was not there. You cannot cut the corner there.
That's the patience. You have to be patient here, Robot. You cannot make that move in the chicane. There's no room to do it.
You're right. He looked down the inside. You're completely right. He was just too impatient. We've got a virtual safety car now as well, as Carter is going to be limping around the track. He's lost. I think he would have lost all of his front wing there. Yeah, he has. He's lost the whole thing. Just the nose left, and he's going to have to.
Oh, just an update for you, Robot. Tommy in P3 is actually in the pits. He's going to lose some positions here. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's switching from the softs to the mediums. And he's out now. Ferrari also has a driver coming in. It looks like Castle.
Yeah, it's Castle. Castle is in the pits. Leica has stayed out. Leica is now going to jump Tommy and go back into 7th place there. So Leica's only one position down from where he started right now. So he's had an amazing recovery there as well.
He is. I'd love to know why Tommy came in there. He was in P3. I didn't see any instance where he hit the wall or if something happened. Maybe just a tire change here to get on the mediums and take advantage of the virtual safety car.
Yeah, but I mean, we're only on lap 6 like you say, and I think you need to at least push these soft tires to at least lap 9, I think, if you want to do the soft medium. Why is he coming so early? I mean,
no wing change, nothing. All it was a tire change. Yeah, I didn't see a wing change all it looked like was he switched from the softs to the mediums.
Right, so we've got one of, is that Max? We've got Max spinning out of turn 2, and he's just moved down a position to Tompa now. Max actually spun there in the first race before we restarted 2, I believe. So I think turn 2 is his worst part of this track right now. But
maybe he's having a hard time getting the hards warmed up here. It's just, he's the only one on hards. Just a hard time trying to get him warmed up and get him going.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I didn't realize he was on the hards. He did pit, of course, on the first lap, didn't he? And he must have gone straight onto hards. And yeah, it does take a while. It does take a good few laps to heat these tires up. So Stinson has come into the pits. There we go. So maybe we are wrong. Maybe these softs will only go about 6 laps, because remember Stinson was saying that when him and AJ were training, the undercut was a huge benefit around here. So maybe that's why he's come into the pits. He wants to get that undercut covered so AJ can't do it to him.
That is what he's trying to do. He's looking for, I believe it was a soft, medium, soft. He was talking about a medium, soft, medium, but I believe with AJ's pace, it's just not possible to do a medium, soft, medium. He's got to do a soft, medium, soft. I mean, he's on the softs now, so I'm not sure if this is going to be his second stint, and then he's going to go to mediums. We'll have to take a look and just keep an eye out and see what he does.
Yeah, so Tommy is looking down the inside of Leica into turn 10 there, but he's not going to be able to get the overtake done yet, but he is earlier on the throttle than Leica, and he's going to get DRS here if it has been reactivated. Let's have a look as he crosses the line. Is his wing open? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is open. He's got 5 lap newer tires than Leica does. I think Leica's got the speed to hold him off, though.
Yeah, and you can see Leica braking a little bit early there, causing Tommy to brake a little bit earlier as well, and that affected his entry and exit in 13 and 14, so Leica's playing it smart there. Both of them look nice and steady. It doesn't look like Leica's tyres are, you know, have less grip than Tommy's currently, because Leica is taking the same racing line as Tommy is taking here, but Tommy will be affected by the lack of downforce too, so we'll have to keep an eye on this gap. It's currently at 6/10. Is there anything going on further out in the field?
Not currently. The field's pretty spaced out right now. We're just waiting on that catch up. Everybody's going through their first pit stops. If they were on the softs, they're coming back out. We do have AJ in P1, Sentu in P2, 3.5 seconds behind, and then Vilsek in P3. That is a good thing. This is one of our new drivers. Vilsek is coming in the D1, and he's in P3, so that's a good thing to see for the D2 drivers coming up in the D1.
Yep. One thing that Stinson didn't expect, I don't think, was to come out so closely in traffic. AJ's pitted, right, so AJ has come into the pits right now as Stinson just goes through turn 1 now. So you can see already how much that undercut is working. Stinson already going into turn 1, and AJ is just coming out of the pit lane now. So yeah, the undercut does work here.
I want to see the time difference here. It was a major time difference. He's 2 seconds behind, and he's going to come out in traffic.
So has AJ made a mistake somewhere? Surely.
I'm not sure if it was a mistake. I don't think the undercut is that powerful. It had to have been a mistake.
So AJ has just overtaken Kevin there, and AJ, it looks like AJ's 6 seconds behind. So that's 3 laps. That's 2 seconds a lap.
That's
it can't be that powerful.
No,
yeah,
it can't be that powerful.
I think AJ must have made a mistake somewhere. But meanwhile, Tommy is now just 2 tenths behind Leica as they're coming through the chicane at 8 and 9 here. He could get an overtake done here, but it looks like Leica is actually doing far better with his ERS management, and he's actually using overtake when Tommy gets the slipstream to make sure he stays ahead.
He does. He's got more overtake. I mean, he's got the ability to go up on the ERS if he wants to. I think it's a little bit early in the race to be wasting ERS at this point. He needs to still save. If he's going to let him by, just let him by. We're only on lap 9 here. Let him by if you need to. Get out of the danger of getting into an incident this early into the race.
Yep, and we just had another yellow flag in sector 2. Max
Stinson's
is getting
in again. Stinson's actually in the pits again. He's coming out.
Oh.
He's come out on the mediums again. I didn't see anything on that one as well that would say that he needed to come in. I'm not sure why he's in. That's going to put AJ back in Provision 1 as far as race position here. Leica's in P2 and Tommy in P3. So we are going through the pit stops here.
Oh,
everybody is starting to come in.
Stinson got a drive-through penalty. Ah, that's what it was. Oh, that's gonna. Oh no. So, but if he had a drive-through, why did he change his tires?
I'm not sure, but the undercut should not have worked if he had a drive-through penalty.
So maybe that 6-second advantage that he gained over AJ was because he cut a corner somewhere and he managed to gain a lot of time, and that could be why.
It had to have been. In the meantime, we do have Yen and Vilsek coming down the turn 13 and 14. Yen coming right up to Vilsek's back gearbox. They're going to go into turn 1. He's right on him here. He's got the DRS.
He's
See if he can make a move. He goes inside. Yeah, I don't know if he can hold it here. Maybe the switchback.
No, I don't think he's going to do it. I think Vilsek has kept that. He had the perfect line through there, Vilsek did, to make sure that Jan couldn't do that switchback. That was clever.
He did, and now Jan has got to worry about Stinson. All the battling that they did beforehand, now Stinson has taken opportunity, and he's right behind Jan.
Yeah, so we've actually got... Oh, we've got someone diving down the inside of Jan. Yeah, that's Stinson. Sorry, I didn't realise he was so close. Stinson gets the overtake done at turn 7. So Stinson's first... So we've actually got Atomic helping us out here because I can't actually see the comments on Twitch, so he's talking to me on Discord, and he says that Stinson's first stop was because of the penalty, speeding under the virtual safety car, and then he's come in again to put on fresh mediums. So when he went in the first time, I don't think he changed his tyres, or if he did, he had a penalty there.
I want to say he changed, Robot, so if he did change, and then he changed on this one, then his drive-through penalty is still active.
Right? So, I don't know, maybe the lobby's glitching again, I'm not entirely sure, but something weird is going on here. Ooh,
now here he comes on the inside of Vilsek here on 13-14. He did come out ahead.
Got it done. That was beautiful.
What a move.
I actually watched that from Jan's onboard and it looked absolutely great. Good move from Stinson.
What a move.
Yeah, good defense from Vilsek too, but he just had to let Stinson in there. He couldn't close the gap, so it would have led to a crash.
And it was good on him as well to stay clear there and stay clean through the turn. I mean, to come out of there with no damage, go side by side. What a way to go through for Vilsek there. Just let him go. Like I said earlier, be patient. The race is so long, you have to be patient here. And Don't Duck With Me has actually picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He had to have exceeded the track somewhere.
Okay. And yeah, Atomic has just confirmed that Stinson's first pit stop, he actually stayed out on the same soft, so he just went straight into the pits and came out. That's why it looked like he did an undercut, because he didn't actually stop, and that's where that extra 6 seconds came from. So he didn't actually change his tyres. Meanwhile, Santi is just 4 tenths behind Leica right now. Santi is on 2 lap-old mediums, whereas Leica is still on his 11 lap-old ones from the beginning. And I think Santi may even look down the inside here into 13, but it's too late. It's far too late. He's going to have to wait another lap, I think, or at least get it done after turn 7.
Yeah, Leica had DRS as well, so they both had the DRS open. Leica's dumping air onto that car, so it wasn't as easy for Santu to make that move as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, Atomic is giving us the thumbs up. We got it right. So he's since stayed on the soft tyres. That's why. So looking through the field, it's Santi and Leica right now who are close. I wonder how long Leica is going to stretch out these medium tyres. He is pretty awesome when it comes to tyre management, and he usually actually makes up most of his places by doing long runs. So maybe we can see something similar here. But Leica's gone to the middle of the track here. He's gone to the inside of the track actually, and let's see if Santi can make a move around the outside. Ooh, there's contact with people. Oh, Santi's lost the wheel. Oh no! I think Leica actually squeezed him out there. Oh no, that's not good to see. Unfortunate there, Santi.
I did not have a good camera angle on that. Leica is off the pace here. He is slowing down. I didn't have a good view on it. Did you, Robot?
I was riding on board with Santi, and I think Leica moved to the inside. Santi went around the outside, and then Leica moved to the left again, and that caused Santi to hit the wall. That is so unfortunate for these two.
I know Santu made the move a little... I mean, it was an erratic move. He came up very, very fast. So if Leica did pinch him, I think it was one of those times where the driver just got in and he just didn't know.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened there. I don't think Leica knew he was that close, or at least alongside him, because I think he tried to move back onto the braking point so he could turn into the corner. I think that's what happened. That's
exactly right, and he's actually into the pits right now. I think he's going to come in for another set of mediums here. No, he's going on to the hards.
Ooh, and I think, is that Max again? Where's... Max has DNF'd. He's come off in turn 14-15.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a yellow flag in sector 3, and the champion's wall is claimed another.
And we've got drivers coming up to him.
Yep. Let's see if I can see who it is. Yeah, there's Max's car just sitting in the center of the track. I'm surprised there's no safety car. It's right in the middle of the track there. we've also got Atomic saying he think Leica may have squeezed him a little bit too much as well. Oof, this is all kicking off only on lap 14. We're not even at the halfway point yet, and we've already lost 2 drivers now. Very, very unfortunate.
We'll have to see how the reports come out after the race today, but I don't know. I think it was just an instance where Santu stuck the nose in, maybe a little too early. I mean, he may have got a jump onto Leica, and he made that move, and Leica just didn't see it in time.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened. I think that's just a judgment call, an error in judgment there. I'm just trying to look around. We've got Kevin and Castle very, very close on track. They're just coming up to turn 10 right now at the hairpin, and we're about to see if he can get anything done on the straight through 11 and 12.
All about who can brake early here.
Sorry about that. And Atomic saying that Max had front wing damage a couple of laps ago from that little battle that I caught with Tomper, and I think that's why he may have understeered into the wall and lost it completely.
Bad luck.
Oof! Oh no!
Oh, Kevin hits the wall as well.
Has he got wing damage? No, I don't think so.
If he does, it's just a little wing damage. He may be able to make it last through his next stint. But he is on the hard, so he is trying to make it through the rest of the race here.
So, is everyone pitted? Yeah, everyone is pitted at least once. Carter's done 3 stops already, and he's 32 seconds behind 10th place right now. Tom's done 2 stops, and Castle's done 2 as well. So, again, Castle is right on the back of Bagpuss right now, so I'm going to jump to these 2.
I'm going to change it to the tire. Bagpuss has got the 12-lap-old mediums, and then Castle's got the 1-lap-old hards, but you got to wonder, are they warm enough to make the move yet?
Oh, he's looking down the inside. He's looking down the inside. Castle has actually got the overtake done, and as Bagpuss comes straight into the pits, so I think he would just thought there's no point in even trying to fight this because I'm going into the pit. So let's see what tyres he puts on. I'm going to ride on board with Bagpuss while he's doing this. Kevin just picks up another 3-second time penalty. There's going to be so many penalties at the end of this race. Right, so it looks like Bagpuss put on the medium tyres. Let me just check that. No, he's actually gone on to the hard, so he may be going to the end of the race. Yeah, I think, what's that, 19 laps he'll have to go on these tyres. I think he'll be able to take them 19 laps.
So what are we seeing here, Robot? I mean, from what it looks like, we're seeing the guys go from soft to medium and hard.
Beg your pardon, we've got a safety car. We've got a safety car. Who is it? Everyone else is still out on track. No one's DNF'd. The safety car's about to pick up. Is that about to pick up
it's in the hairpin. I think it's in turn 10.
Oh, it's Leica. I think it's Leica. He's still got all his wing. No, it's not Leica. It's not Leica. It must be someone who's in the pits right now. Let's see if Atomic managed to figure out what's going on. But, yeah, I can't... The safety car is... The safety car is currently driving with no one behind him. So...
Now, kudos to everybody that made it into the pit.
Yeah.
When this happened.
I think there were 6 drivers there who took advantage of this pit, and then one
And we're
more.
at the halfway point here, so as I was saying before, I mean, it looked like the guys started on the softs, and then they went to the mediums, and then the hards. Maybe because of the safety cars, the virtual safety cars, and the cautions that have been going on. But, I mean, can we expect to see any more stops from here on out?
I'm not... It's really hard to say now because so many of these different... I think almost all drivers are on a completely different strategy now. Stinson's strategy is going to differ from AJ's remarkably now. However, now they're going to get bunched back up. We can see that AJ is currently in the pits and Stinson is on 0-lap-old medium tyres. So hopefully when the safety car bunches these drivers up, we'll be able to see this battle between Stinson and AJ again. But I think everyone now will have enough tyres to take them to the end of the race. Yeah, I think 18 laps on the mediums is a push, but I think it's possible. But if not, everyone who's on the medium right now is going to have to pit again.
I think it's going to depend on the situation that the drivers are in here. I mean, you got to say, if you're in P1 and you've got the mediums on and you get to lap 30, if you've got someone right behind you, you've got to make them last. I mean, you've got to go for it, and you can't come in. So we're going to see some different things here, and we're going to see some guys on some old tires at the end of the race here. Yan goes DNF.
Oh, he's come off
At
at the
the
World
Wall of
Champion.
Champions.
Oh no, Jan is stopped in the middle of the track just before the finish line there.
This
and
is
he's
horrible
come
luck
out.
for our P2 in the standings. He's going to lose a ton of points today.
And this was under the safety car. Let us not forget that. That is a mistake that you do not want to make. Oh, he's going to be kicking himself right now.
As his teammate goes past, his teammate has got to just feel horrible for what he's seeing right now.
Well, at least his teammate will have a race engineer for the rest of the race. I suppose that's the silver lining out of this.
Yeah, if you're one of those glass half full kind of guys, Robot, that's going to be our third DNF today. Is that, I mean, seeing 3 DNFs, does that surprise you at all in D1, or is that maybe the norm? I'm not sure. I mean, this is the first time I've commentated D1, but we've got 3 DNFs today right at halfway through the race.
So I'd usually expect to see 2 DNFs around this point, but the thing that's surprising me so much is who is actually DNFing. I did not expect to see Max and Santi being the first to DNF. And Jan's one of these drivers that always has an amazing comeback throughout the race, and we're not going to be able to see that today now. And yeah, it definitely is surprising based on who has actually DNF'd, and I wonder how the rest of this race is going to unfold. So not all of the drivers have actually caught up to the safety car yet. We've still got a Ferrari, a McLaren and an Alfa trailing behind, and the safety car is just coming through turn 1 yet, and these cars are only just getting to 13 and 14 now, with the last driver, which I believe is Kevin, is just coming up to 13 and 14 now. So I don't think it's coming in this lap. I think it's going to be another one, and that's going to leave 15 laps on these medium tyres, which I believe is definitely possible. You want to make sure that these mediums are only about 3 or 4% after the safety car, and they are up to temperature, and then you should be able to get to the end here.
I completely agree. I was just taking a look at the incidents here, Robot, and trying to see where there are any time penalties, if any. I see some from our DNF drivers, the drivers that are already out of the race. There are some time penalties there. I don't see anything other than Carter. Carter does have a 3-second time penalty, it looks like. Other than that, it looks like all the drivers are pretty much good to go as far as time penalties.
So the safety car is coming in this lap, but I'm just checking Discord again, and I think Jan's saying that I think Max's AI was in the middle of the track, and so when Max DNF'd, I think Jan may have hit him or something, because he said it glitched onto the track. Oh, that's not good. Right, the safety car is coming in now, so I'm going to jump back up to AJ and check him now. He's already back up to full speed, full throttle, ERS set to overtake, and it looks like Tommy is right behind him. Tommy's looking down. It's Carter. Carter's out of position. He is in between second and first place right now. He should be getting blue flags. Is that the same on your screen, or is it glitched?
It's the same on my screen. I'm not sure how he's done this. Now, he could have gotten the glitch where they didn't want to let him by, and they put him in the place that he's in. Now, this did happen to me earlier this season, where they would not let me go past P1 or the safety car. They kept me here, and I just had to get out of the way. That's the only thing I could do.
Yeah, so right now, Tommy is going to have to overtake AJ. Tommy's going to have to overtake Carter, who should be getting blue flags, but he's not. Stinson is also going to have to overtake him, and this is going to allow AJ maybe to pull away and stop that push from Stinson, because Carter's not moving out of the way, but I don't think he's getting blue flags. I can't see any blue...
Somebody has to make a move here. Tommy's got to get around him, and Stinson's got to get around him. They've got to make a move here. Carter is trying, I think, to prove a point here, which is not the way to go if you're a lap down.
And it looks like he's cut the corner. He's cut the corner. Yes, he has. And
he has.
I don't know why he's still here. He needs to move out of the way, unless the lobby's glitched.
Yeah, he's going to have to let these guys go, as AJ does a fastest lap of 111.4, which is going to be an extra point if he can finish right here.
Right, so Stinson is now just 3/10 behind Tommy.
All it takes is a mistake. If Carter gets in the way or something happens, this is going to be a huge mistake if a mistake happens with Carter in this position. As he hits the wall again.
He's lost some wing. He's lost wing. Yeah, I saw it from Stinson's onboard, which a little end plate, I think, which is bouncing down the road. Stinson managed to avoid it. We've got yellow flag in sector 2. I think that's Kevin. Is that Kevin? Yes, Kevin's against the wall. He's lost all of his wing. Just the nose left, and he's going to have to. Again. He's retired from the session. I think he might have quit because his car is still running. I think he's retired. Right, we'll jump down to see if Carter is going to get out of the way.
He did. He got out of the way.
Right, so that puts... Yeah, he has. Okay, he's moved out from the top 3, so that's just Tommy and Stinson now. So I think we're going to see... Oh, he's in the pits. He's in the pits, changing his wing, probably. That makes sense. So I'm going to ride on board with Stinson right now. He's looking around the outside into turn 1. He's not going to be able to get it done, but he might be able to do the switch back into 2. No, Tommy's just getting a bit earlier on the gas.
Tommy, hold on here.
Tommy's putting up a hell of a fight. I didn't expect to see I didn't expect for him to be battling in between Stinson and AJ, but while
no, I did not. But they're going to have to straighten this out because AJ's taking off while they're battling. Now, every second that they're battling, AJ is just enjoying this, and he's taking off.
Yep. So his DRS is open. Stinson's DRS is open, and he's looking down the outside, but he's not going to be able to do it yet. They've both kept it nice and clean. Oh, as Carter picks up a penalty for crossing the pit lane. Exit white line. Again,
basic mistake. We saw this in the esports race with, I believe, I can't remember who it was. I believe it was Yarno that crossed the line. It was just a bare touch. You got to pay attention to that line when you're coming out.
So here comes Stinson. Yeah, he's already got the overtake done. Tommy's darting behind him to see if he can make anything of the slipstream, but no. Fifi, thanks for your comments there. I unfortunately am colourblind and couldn't see the blue flag, so maybe there was something being waved. But Stinson is now hunting down AJ, who's just 2.5 seconds ahead.
We've also got Castle making a move on Leica here in turn 1. He's going around the outside. He made the move.
So Leica's on 9-lap-old hard, so Castle is on 6-lap-old mediums. Yeah, this is the time for the hards to go as fast as they can, because when you get to around lap 12 or 13, that's when they start to fall off, but not as quickly as the medium tyres do around lap 12.
No, and he's losing a ton of time. He's just pouring time out of this car right now as Castle pulls away.
And Carter also picked up a 5-second penalty for ignoring the blue flag, so Carter was not moving out the way when he should have been.
Yeah, you gotta realize what's going on there, and you gotta move out of the way when you have to. You can't make a point in the middle of the race with the top 3 drivers right in your mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So with lap 23 coming to a completion here, we're about to start lap 24. We've got 35 laps total here. Stinson's in P2. He's 2.4 seconds behind. Can he catch up to AJ with almost the same lap-old tires that AJ has?
Yeah, I'll try and keep an eye on the gap. It was 2.6, it's now 2.3. There's only 11 laps left. I think AJ's won this battle. He is on 1 lap younger tires too, like you said. I don't think Stinson's going to be able to catch him, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, looking a bit further down, we've got Mighty Jungle right on the back of Vilsek, and I want to give a shout out to Vilsek as well, who's currently running in 4th place.
Oh, he's went sideways. Tompa's actually went sideways here.
Oh no. It looks like he's managed to keep it on. I'm just going to jump back up to Mighty Jungle because he is right on the back of Vilsek, who is this new D1 driver from D2, riding in 4th place, which is absolutely amazing. Let's see if he can do anything before turn 10. Good to have you back, Atomic. I can actually see the comments in the stream now, so you can just comment there and I'll keep an eye on it. But Mighty Jungle is now right on the back of Vilsek. He's got his DRS open. We'll switch to the spectator cam to see. We've also got Castle approaching these two as well. He looked down the inside, but he's managed to just... sorry, I can't speak. He's keeping behind as they go through turn 13 and 14. Excuse me.
Yeah, good for Jungle here. He's gonna have to stay here. He's gonna have to be patient. He's gonna make the move in turn 1 here. He went to the inside. He's going on the outside of turn 2 here. Vilsek's gotta stay strong. Keep the grip.
I think Vilsek had a little bit of a tank slapper there. He lost the rear slightly, and that has allowed him to sneak down the inside. Can he keep it on the wall? Yes, he can. And he's got the overtake done. Congratulations, Mighty Jungle. Vilsek is not giving up. He's looking down the inside. No, but he's brake a bit harder and earlier.
Now look what's happened here. Oh no, Castles went sideways. He's touched the front. He went to the back of Vilsek's car and he went sideways here.
Vilsek managed to do the counter steer to correct as quick as possible, and that allowed Vilsek to stay up. Oh no! Castle's gone straight into the wall again!
Oh no!
Getting on the tyres are overheated. You need to wait till they cool down, otherwise they're just not going to stick to the track, and you're going to spin out like that. Unfortunate there, Castle.
This is going to be his race.
Now, how much damage does he have to his front wing?
Right end plate gone, right winglet's gone. Looks like the left side's good. He's gonna have to come in.
Oh no, I'm just seeing it now. Yeah, I think you're right.
9 laps to go. He's gonna have to come in here.
Right, so just keeping an eye on that gap between Stinson and AJ. It's remained constant. It's still 2.3 seconds. It's hovering around there, 10th up, 10th down in each mini sector. But again, I think AJ's got this one in the bag. Stinson kind of shot himself in the foot when he had to do a drive-through penalty, and that's affected him. Otherwise, he may have won this. But we have Castle into the pits now, getting ready to change his wing. So he's putting on the softs. He's only got 9 laps to go, and that's a good choice there. He may even be able to get fastest lap if no one else does this, so he might be able to get an extra point there. If he finishes, he will be finishing in the points because there's only 10 drivers left. 4 have DNF'd, unfortunately. But right now, it's AJ leading Stinson, leading Tommy in the top 3. So I'm just going to jump to Bagpuss right now and see how he's getting on. He's on 10 lap old hards, and I just kind of want to get a feel to see how these hards are coping after 10 laps and being cooled down too much under the safety car. He's getting a bit of oversteer as he's coming out of turn 10, but nothing too major. He's not doing great ERS management either. He's almost used up all of his ERS before he gets to turn 13, 14. He's turned it down now, back to low, braking at about 100 meters there. He's going to get...
It looks like he's on a little bit of a cautious lap time here, as, I don't know, he's not pushing the car as fast as I would think he should be doing it. As Tompa gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane.
These types of penalties are not the penalties you expect to see from these D1 drivers. It seems like Canada is just claiming too many victims today.
It is, and I'm taking a look at the time difference from AJ and Stinson here. Stinson's not making up any time as he goes around turn 10. He can see AJ, but he's still just so far away.
So I'm so confused right now. Carter is on track, and he's talking and typing in Discord right now. What's happening?
Yeah, that could result in a safety issue if he is doing something like that. I mean, we don't want to see the drivers doing anything like that.
I think that might be his AI. Let me see if anyone... Is there anyone close behind him? It looks like AJ is coming up to lapping. I think he might have left.
AJ is still a little bit further behind. Now, if that's what he's doing, he's going to get a big penalty from this. There's no reason to be typing on Discord while you're in the race, especially if there's nothing wrong with the car here. Just no excuse for something like that. You should not be... I mean, this is just immature driving from Carter. You can't be typing in Discord while the race is going on.
Yep. And I'm just going to quickly interrupt, sorry about this, but Leica is gaining on his teammate Vilsek right now. He's just 0.7 seconds behind. I'm just going to stick with Leica if you don't mind commentating over that whilst I submit something.
Yeah, he's 0.7 behind. He's gonna get the DRS coming down the backstretch here, coming down to 13 and 14. Vilsek, he's got the newer tires. As he pulls over, he lets him by. He's gonna let... Oh no, they touch! Oh no!
Oh no!
Leica's around! Vilsek went to the pits and Leica is around. This is a disaster for Williams. He's gonna make it into the pits for the wing change. What a disaster for the Williams team this weekend. Just no look at all.
That is so painful to see. I can't commentate over this. This is just,
and they're gonna double stack as Leica comes in second behind. He's probably gonna put the softs on as there are only 6 laps to go. Let me see what Vilsack did. Vilsack did go to the softs. What a disaster from Williams this weekend. Not something you want to see from the team, especially with Vilsack running in P4. Leica was in P5. This is not... I mean, it had to be a miscommunication coming down the backstretch as they are on a party. What a horrific turnout of events for Williams as we enter the last stages of the race here.
So there's only
Bagpuss is gonna achieve something out of the mishaps from Williams here. He did go to P5. E-Pro, Monster Jungle, another new driver, P4, and Tommy in P3. I just can't believe it, Robot. I mean, what goes through your mind if your teammates and something like that happens?
I mean, they're definitely going to be in a party together too, and it's just so... If one of them was at fault, you just need to kind of say, you know, look, something happened, let's just figure it out after the race. You need to kind of take a Charles Leclerc attitude, which you can't do when you're kind of in the heat and everything's going on. But
yeah,
that's what you need, but I can't even imagine how these guys are feeling right now. Coming together on the track, teammates, it's never what you want to see.
No, it's not, and they were both in the points, and they were both top 5. Just not something you want to see with 2 cars in top 5. Williams being 2 cars in the top 5, that's something that we haven't seen this season from them, and to just have it thrown away on a bad mistake like that, it's just horrible to see.
Yep, very, very horrible. But, I mean, Leica came out in 8th place, and I think he was running in was it 7th or 6th? I can't quite remember. I think Bagpuss managed to...
6th.
Yeah, I think Bagpuss managed to jump both of them out of that. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1 and 3. Is that Carter's car? I think it is. So, I think Carter's...
I believe it's Carter.
I think he quit, and it's just his AI now. And he's driving very slowly, as you can see. Why is he driving so slowly? Is that he's bringing out a yellow flag in Sector 1? What's going on?
I'm not sure. This is not something we need to see in D1 here. A lot of immaturity from the driver here today. Not something you want to see in D1. I'm not sure what the reprimand is going to be from this. Just a bad day altogether for the Mercedes. A lot of words said in the chat and the driver community this week. Not a very uplifting chat, I would say. It was something that probably should not have happened. It's a build-up, and it's been building up, and it's not something that we need to bring to the racetrack on the weekend, but we see it coming to that, and it's just not something I'm enjoying.
I completely feel you. So I'm just going to try and focus on the race here. I've muted the Discord chat so no one's going to speak in there anymore. And Leica is gaining on Castle right now. Leica on 2-lap old mediums, Castle on 5-lap old soft. So Castle's tyres in the next 2 laps should start to fall off, and Leica may be able to get an overtake done on him. There are only 4 laps left, including this one. Leica getting a really nice line through 13 and 14 too. Oh, Havoc has left the session. I think there might have been a bit of a glitch there. So I'll take over for now. So we've got another yellow flag in Sector 1 as we see Carter's AI getting out of the way for Vilsack. And it's just driving very slowly. This is not good to see. Right, let's just hope it stays out of the way for these drivers that are approaching. Right, so Stinson has managed to bring that gap down by just by a second now to just 1.6 seconds. Castle is now following Leica, so Leica did manage to get that overtake done. Now Stinson only has 2 laps left now, 34 and 35, to chase AJ. You can see he's been pushing on his ERS a lot because his ERS is just down to about 25% now. The gap is now 1.5 seconds, so I'm just going to keep an eye on this for as long as I can with just 2 laps to go. Hey, good to have you back.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
Are you back in the session?
I'm getting back in now.
Okay, great. So the bit of an update. Cart is just driving very slow around the track, not sure what's going on. Stinson has got the gap down to 1.2 seconds, so he managed to gain a second in the last 2 laps, but they're on the final lap now, and AJ is still managing to keep his 1 lap younger tyres active enough to keep Stinson at bay. Stinson gets a little bit scruffy through turn 4, but manages to correct it nice and early. I don't think he's going to get close enough to even try anything on the final straight here because AJ is just pulling away. Now we've got a bit of a battle going on between Bagpuss and Vilsec. I'm going to quickly jump to them and see if Bagpuss can get anything done under 14 and 15. No, he's not going to be able to do it yet, and Vilsec is going to get away, but these guys are going to have to come around the track again as we see the 2 race leaders going into turn 10 here. AJ getting a very nice line through there, and Stinson following, but he is just too far behind. So this is AJ's race to lose now as they are coming into lap 35.
I want to say Vilsec made a move on Bagpuss earlier before we called it, because Bagpuss is on 19 lap old hards here and Vilsec is on 6 lap old soft. So I think he made a move earlier before we called it, and now he's just pulling away.
I think so, you're right. So AJ and Stinson finish in 1st and 2nd, so congratulations guys for keeping this race alive, even though there was lots of stuff going on throughout the field. Tommy, surprisingly, is coming up into 3rd place right now, so congratulations Tommy for a solid race from you. Mighty Jungle comes out of nowhere and finishes in 4th place, which is very surprising to see, and he's going to take 12 points for Toro Rosso there. And then Vilsec, the new driver, I think he's going to finish finally in 5th place. So he's moved up from D2 to D1. He's had a hell of a race, a few incidents with a few drivers, but he's managed to keep it clean and consistent. That was his biggest problem, and you can see here he has already beaten and overcome that as he finishes in 5th place. Bagpuss, a few seconds behind, is going to finish in 6th in his 2nd race back in OFR. And Leica and Castle were fighting throughout this race, and Leica is going to take 7th place from Castle, who's in 8th.
A finish from Castle here. I think we had a DNF not last weekend, but the weekend before. Oh, and he spins!
Oh, no!
The commentator curse on the Wall of Champions. Oh my lord. I just don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just, we go to him and he just, oh my gosh. What horrible luck.
Well, that was a very interesting race. A few salty drivers, but interesting nonetheless.
I mean, we're gonna have to deal with some of the issues that we saw towards the end of the race there. I'm sorry to say, but a little bit of immaturity coming out from a few of the drivers. Other than that, some bad luck. We saw Maximus retire. We saw Santu retire. Yen, definitely a surprise to see Yen not finish the race. We usually see him on the podium every weekend.
Yeah, and sorry, Stinson's just saying that he actually got an unfair drive-through penalty, so that one we saw at the very beginning might have been given to him unfairly. Well, I'm just going to quickly take a picture of this. Do you want to just run through the standings?
Yeah, let's go through what we've got here. We've got AJP1, Stinson in P2, Tommy in 3, Mighty Jungle, the new driver, P4 for Toro Rosso. What an amazing race from that guy. Vilsek, another new driver to D1, P5. What an amazing race from that guy. You can't help but wonder what would have happened without the touch on the teammate with Leica. Bagpuss in P6, Leica P7, Castle in P8, Tampa in P9, and Carter in P10. That's going to round out the guys that finished the race. We've also got Don't Duck With Me in 11, Yan in 12, Santu in 13, and Maximus in 14.
Did not expect for the race to end that way, but it has, and we have D2 starting 10 minutes late today because of the restart that we had to do here. So D2 will start in 20 minutes time, where Havoc and I will be racing, hopefully wheel to wheel throughout the entire race.
Yeah, I look forward to it, and we'll see you guys then.
All right, thanks guys.